Hello. As a therapist and a coach, I am often the keeper of secrets and remarkable stories. I have one to share with you today, and if you are not convinced in the possibilities or the power of love, by the end of the story you will be. Once upon a time, two sisters existed. The older sister was born in the late 50s, a time of hope, peace, and prosperity. The parents were just elated, and they fell in love with her. Several months later, the mother became pregnant again, and they eagerly awaited the arrival of their second child. Another daughter was born to them, and they fell in love all over again. Well, a few weeks later, something was amiss. The parents weren't educated or worldly, but they were very intelligent, and they said, something's wrong here. So the mother took her baby to the doctor, and the pediatrician said, no, and dismissed her concerns. She went again a few months later, recognizing she was absolutely right. She had another child. And the pediatrician said, yes, you must take her to a medical center that specializes in these concerns. So the parents went to this medical center, and to their sadness, they discovered the child was visually impaired, severely so. They also were concerned about her intellect because she had physical anomalies that told them something more was amiss. But soon they realized that she had normal development, and she actually was tested and fell in the range of superior intelligence. As time went on, the parents knew she had to be educated, and at the time the public schools did not provide special needs for visually impaired children, or as known blind at that time. So much to their bereft, they decided they had to send her away, and they kept her for 1 year and then sent her at 5 1/2 to a school for the blind, Perkins School for the Blind. And right from the beginning, the child was so distraught. She was only 5 1/2. She loved her close family, as were the parents. Every single weekend for the next several years, the father would leave his arduous factory job. He would drive into an hour away, pick up his beloved daughter, and bring her home for the weekend. Monday, he returned her back. She would cry and cry and cry, and the father would leave with tears streaming down his face. Now, the older sister was doing well, but she was small in stature, and as she got at the end of her elementary years, she was singled out and bullied by a much bigger child and had to be moved. She went to her new school, and she thrived socially and academically. Eventually, the public schools integrated special needs children, and the younger sister came home, to her delight and the parents. But she was very quiet, and they were concerned about her, and they became more concerned as she got older. The older sister graduated from high school and went to college, commuted, but was very involved in her career, her subjects. And the younger sister, as she neared graduation, they became more concerned. She decided to go to secretarial school, but didn't really like it. And the parents were very worried. They bought her a dog, but it became their dog. And then they purchased a CB radio for her, and her world opened up. She went on this CB radio communicating with various people, and she and a friend of hers started communicating with two brothers. And they're communicating and bantering. The older sister's in her own life and not paying much attention. And during the older sister's junior year, she went on a vacation. And she came home, and the parents said, guess who came to visit? This gentleman, helping the younger sister with projects. The older sister said, do you think? They said, don't you dare. Don't get her hopes up. The older sister acquiesced. But the older sister was right. This gentleman saw through the younger sister's physical anomalies, saw beauty shine through. They married, and 9 months later, their oldest child was born, a girl, another girl in the family. Then, 17 months later, a new child was born, a younger child, another girl. Years went by, both girls did fine, they were healthy and normal. And finally, the older one married, the younger one continued a career. The older sister, by the way, got married and became very successful in her career. 38 years later, this couple is still married and loving of each other. Now, as I've said, you might know about the possibilities. The inexplicable can happen. How do I know this story so well? I'm the older sister.